that student sheet for activity 6, follow the energy. Um, I'm just going to review with you the list of energy types before the transformation and after the transformation. You guys will be responsible for making sure that you have your sentences completed and described. I just don't have enough space with that text box to be able to put in all the sentences. So we will go over the energy types before the transformation and after the transformation. All right, so we did the first one together. So again, that was energy event number 1. Um, types of energy before the transformation. Remember, that's where we had the solar powered calculator, so it would be light from the sun. And then after the transformation, that's where we had several. We still had light, being able to see the numbers on the calculator. We had thermal, and we had electric current. And that was card number 1. So then, let's take a look at our energy event cards. Next one we have is the sun heating up the pool. So we'll go ahead, go back to our student sheet. Since the sun is heating up the pool, first we're going to label this energy event card number 2. And make sure you guys have done that all the way down. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Type of energy before the transformation. So what is causing that pool to heat up? Well, it's the sun, but what from the sun is causing that pool to heat up or get warmer? It would be the sun's light, so again, that would be light energy. And then what's happening to the pool? It's heating up, it's getting warmer, so what type of energy is associated with heat? That would be thermal. And that's card number 2. So now we'll move on to card number 3. Card number 3 are our candles. Remember, we're supposed to think of before the transformation. That would be before the candles have been lit. What type of energy do they have? This can be a little bit more difficult for some. So again, let's label that event card number 3. So candles, before they're lit, they start out with a type of energy that is called chemical potential energy because they store and they hold chemical bonds. So we'll put chemical in here for before the transformation. Now, types of energy after the transformation. Well, candles give off light, which would be the flame. So that would be, the flame once the wick is being burned. So we'd have light, and obviously that flame is hot, so there would also be thermal. Okay, so that's card number 3, the candles. So now we'll go to card number 4. That would be the kids playing soccer. Remember, we're focusing on the food and the energy drink, Gatorade, granola bars, power bars, whatever those are, before the transformation. So what type of energy is stored in the food we eat? So energy event number 4. What type of energy is stored in the food we eat? Again, that's what we should have been thinking about. And that is also chemical. Now, since that food then is released and gives them the energy to play soccer, they're moving around, so there would be kinetic. And then obviously moving around playing soccer, probably getting hot, maybe a little sweaty, so there would be heat there, so there would also be thermal. And that would be it for card 4. Okay? So now we're going to go back to our energy event cards. Card 5, that's the static electricity here. Alright, so prior to the transformation, think about what they're doing to create this friction here. So that's card number 5. So there's a couple types of energy prior to the transformation. So again, they're moving their feet back and forth, which is causing friction, which is a type of movement, so there would be kinetic there. And then also electric static, because they are creating friction, which is creating the static electricity. And then after transformation, that shock, so that would be an electric current. Some sound, because you hear that shock when you do get shocked when you touch the doorknob or another object, and also light, because sometimes you're able to see that spark. And that's card 5. Card 6, that's the kid recording music, I'm assuming. So go back to our student sheet. Energy event card 6. Prior to the transformation. So he's singing, so that would be sound. And he's recording into, electric devices that are probably plugged into electrical outlets, so that would be electric current. So now we have our 7th card, which is the house, the furnace in the house. So we're thinking about the type of energy that's stored in the oil. Oil is a fossil fuel. So the type of energy stored in fossil fuels would be chemical potential. So we have chemical potential for the stored energy prior to the transformation. After the transformation, well, it's providing your home with heat, so there would be thermal. There's also, you guys can see the flame being burned and that light down at the bottom of the furnace. So light, and then we can even, there's some sound because you can kind of hear when your furnace is running throughout the house, so I would also put sound. And again, this is for review, and if you guys need to make corrections, please make sure you're making those corrections. So last one, we have card 8, the waterfall. This is very similar to our roller coasters. So since that waterfall is up high on a cliff, that would be gravitational potential. And it's falling, which is a type of movement. So that would be kinetic. And when that waterfall hit the body of water below, it's going to splash. It's going to make a sound. And that's it for our student sheet for activity 6. Follow the energy. Make sure you guys, have your sentences completed for this. Okay, and if you needed to make any corrections, please make sure you do so. And again, that's it for our student sheet activity 6 review.